Well, the game on Nuke was quite a tug of war. I promise I can blame anybody who tells the opposite, because that was a very long distance. NIP, they looked to be destroyed on the first half. Really, G2 Esports showed all of the premises to pick up Nuke and push us in a 2-0 fashion to the second stage of the bracket, to just eliminate NIP straight out of the gates, and that's it, over, finished, the dot in the end of the sentence. But no, somehow NIP just found that second breath to go forwards and turn the tie on the second half. So I'm not sure I have enough fuel to forecast how Inferno pads out, because this is more of a neutral territory, really, because Nuke, you could say G2 Esports should have gone completely victorious, no chance for NIP given, but no, that was a completely different scenario we witnessed right there. Hampus down the stairwell, he's gonna be dropped by Am, a good find for G2 Esports as they punish early aggression from NIP down the stairwell in the apps. Jax anticipates for some more. They could think there was a double man setup right there, but no, rather res. A little bit on the other side of the map, that's middle, taken by him. He gets a very crucial refrag. Now this equalizes the situation, equalizes the chances for NIP to float in this round. Dual Berettas for Plopsky is also the one having full armor, the first armor on the pistol round, but still that can be a huge problem for G2 Esports if they dare come into the B-bomb site. But no, they rather choose the opposite path, and that's A. Straight through the lawn they go. They've opened the gates, device down, so is LNZ. A portion of utility thrown towards the pit position. Res in a slightly different angle, but he's been detected as well, and these are the detectives in the form of G2 punishing him down. So Plopsky, the only man alive, going to be trawling out. They're really going to be paving his way out of the arch position with only dual Berettas in his hands. He's going to try to run straight through, but G2 Esports know how to approach dual Berettas in that kind of a situation. Just peek out together, and that's it. It is done. It is locked in. The first round is yours. So great job by G2 Esports. Really streaming into this first half, just as they did on Nuke. Hopefully this doesn't play the same bad joke as it used to be on Nuke. Just case in point, they were very good in the first half, but then NIP somehow, some way made a recovery. Even though G2 Esports, mark me if I'm wrong, but I think they got 2 pistol rounds. No, they got the first pistol round, and then they won out force buy against NIP. After they won out their first pistol round on the second half. Yeah, that was a very unbelievable play from G2 Esports, but still they are forced to keep their heads above the water. Like, they are not done with this elimination match just yet. They are still having to play out one more map on the cards. That is Inferno we are witnessing right now. Ninja Pajamas connecting some damage to the G2 Esports. They've evaded the city presence for the moment. LNZ has been flashed off. So is Nico. He's going to be dropped. Another chance for LNZ, but he's not connecting the shot he needs. Smoke to refresh onto the city spawn. Device trying to connect some shots with the Deagle. Do you remember him? Connect him some crazy shots against Complexity, if I'm not mistaken, with an AWP. Was it against Complexity? Because I don't remember. But that was like the first shot through the smoke onto the bomb planter, and then the second no scope through the smoke. Flashed off, perhaps, making it the longest kill feed ever in this tournament, perhaps. So G2, the bomb is taken away. Unfortunately, NIP have no defuse kits to work with, so this is only about getting residual damage. Hampus will go down, and that is only his teammates surviving at the end of at the end of the explosion. But it is still a very nice round in terms of the damage inflicted by NIP. They've deprived all of the weapons from G2 Esports, forcing them to rebuy in this round as well. So this is not that heartbreaking for G2, but definitely keeping their economy just off the rails. Ninja's Pajamas ensure that is exactly the case. And now 2-0 scoreline, they are going for a Nico round. Only 2 Deagles and a 50-50 on the device. Something to work with. So this is exactly what LNZ is going to be trying to do. Up close, dig shots. Just don't connect. Only good for 1 portion of damage onto Nico, but that should have been a frag at the very least. And unless they want this round to slip through, it is likely to go through, but with Hunters putting out Raz towards balcony, it is going to be a very easy task for G2 to get into the A-bomb side. And because Rez pushed up the balcony, that immediately said that they are likely to group themselves up on the B-bomb side. So G2 Esports realized that. They instantly get onto the A-bomb side, discover all of the angles are clear, plant the bomb down, and make it a very easy post-plant scenario. So Ninjas of Pajamas, they are trapped. Nico expects them. Easy pre-fire angle held. Unfortunately, good only for 1 frag, and maybe Ninjas will be able to get away with at least 1 more frag. Perhaps. Looks the wrong way for the moment, but still saved by his teammate jumping forward. Plopsky's left to save his AK-47 that's been picked up from the ground from Nico. But the bomb is just quarter away from being exploded, so this means this round is not done, and Ninjas may be given no chance to save this AK-47. Jax just swoops on in and does bury him to the ground. Well done. No AK saved up for you, but still, economy present. They've saved up just enough money to fulfill this buy in the 4th. And we'll see if it works out. Buy round, very important, especially on the city side. AWP as well. Device. Against 2 SMGs and 3 AKs, they're having a very solid potential. The weapons definitely better, definitely favoring them in that kind of a situation. But of course, for G2, it is probably better to try and group up, try to play a refrag game. Because, you know, MAC-10s, even on close range, they are definitely not that favored as an M4A4, for instance. The damage level is just way higher. So Hunter just makes sure this AWP whiffs the shot, but it's not. It's not whiffing any shot. Device is accurate enough to shut him down. That is the first opening for Ninjas to dictate the pace in this first half. Perhaps turn the corner. G2 have immediately slowed their pace down. They don't quite know what to do in this round. I mean, all of the positions are very nice setup by Ninjas. Very nicely held. 3 players towards the A-bomb site. Nobody to fake out on B. G2 will just stick around their idea to channel into the A-bomb side rather than B. Hampus expect for 2 players. It's a double drop from the balcony. It's only good for 1 frag, so at least trade connected. Another smoke deployed to cover off this position. Device boosted on top. The molly is going to come through, burn them down a little bit. That's going to cost Device's life. AWP dropped, but collected by Rez afterwards. Oh lord, this round can go absolutely awry for NIP. Imagine this goes G2's way. That's gonna be something they will regret for sure. So probably the safe call will be delivered right here. Yes, indeed. Nico realizes that probably he's gonna be going for the hunter mission. He gets LNZ down, but Plopsky is still alive. And the AWP will be sailed away as well. So, despite they lose this round, but they are having at least 2 weapons brought into play that can work something out in the next round. Unbelievable. It is just so unbelievable that NIP lost this round. I thought that should have been theirs. Device getting the first frag, then Hampus with a very nice hold from below. He gets 1 man down, and then deals a ton of damage out of the second, making it a very alleviated round for NIP to retake the A-bomb side. But unfortunately, that Molly really derailed their plans, and Nico knows how much it means to them and to their entire offensive. G2 Esports right now will be playing against Away Wars by, of course, utility present, diffuse kits onto LNZ, a device. Oh gosh, he had to step out of the Molly. He had to go for the audacious peak to shut down at least one player, but unfortunately the player aiming from below, from underground, it is just such a hard task unless you are fully prepared for that kind of a play. So device instantly punished. Hunter coming out of the balcony as well. Hampus has been spotted. Not a single frag for NIP in this round. He's got 1 HP only. How is he heading onto this edge? G2 Esports are about to lock in the 5th round, and they are already slowly but surely going for the escape route. Going for the escapers, to be more precise. They are willing to hunt them all down, of course. Can be slightly paranoid about somebody lurking on the A-bomb side, so maybe worth leaving somebody out there. That is exactly what Jax is doing over the palace area. Now finally he realizes that nobody's up close, and pivots around to his entire squad. In the meantime, LNZ and Plopsky will be supposedly allowed to save their weapons, so not a big trouble by that. Nico just tapped out device. I didn't even spot out that that was a one tap. So very, very nice. Nicely done. Also Hunter burning a huge amount of impact. G2 Esports are going off on all fronts. NIP, they definitely need to put up a difference maker right here, unless they want the first half go the same way they had as a nuke. Of course, if they revert the trend, if they manage to pick up enough rounds on the first half just in the end, I don't mind. They've done it on nuke, and maybe that's going to be the instance on Inferno as well, but I'm still not sure about that. Like twice in a row. Are you sure that's possible? Are you sure that Kovac brothers will actually allow you to do so? Because I'm definitely not. G2 are on a streak, 5 rounds in a row against NIP right now. The fact they've been able to save 2 weapons twice in a row after losing to G2 Esports is very good for their economy, is very good for their buy. That is exactly the reason they are having some chance to answer back against G2 Esports. They are not yet echoing, so in case they all lose their weapons in this round, they're gonna have to go for the force buy. A very nice chunk onto Nico. He's been chipped down to 4 HP already, and that is a very good start for NIP. If they want to get this round going in their favor, they definitely need to make sure they inflict early damage to make it easier as they accept the push to either of the sides. For now, 3 members out towards B. They're gonna be thinking about redirecting themselves over to A, because the attack is soon to be split straight into that side of the map. 2 players only. LNZ about to get closer to his teammates. That's a very nice nade. That's gonna dunk Nico out. Amanek peeking out together. He's gonna get one more frag, and he gets it. Headshot delivered. Perforating through. I'm not sure if he's been spotted crossing out of that angle. Hunter, he waits for Hampus, and he does get it. Smoke deployed. 7 frags to his name. He's currently the leader of the scoreboard. The bomb is on Nexa, so that will be planted down in the corner. Hunter jumps straight back out of the pit. Mini pit just behind this little wall. Will be playing a headshot angle, making life very hard for NIP. He's going to be throwing a flashbang out, gets on top of the box, but that will be denied by Nexa. It looks like the 6th round is theirs. Device has no words, no sentence, nothing to pose in this round as well. Just another desperate save, and G2 Esports know. They definitely know they have to deprive this AWP, and it looks like that's going to be the case. They have no idea. NIP, not a single thought on their mind for that kind of a play. G2 Esports just making it very silent and easy as that. getting devices AWP down. The fact that Amina gets the frag like that onto Alonzat, that was a very sloppy spray down, but it somehow connected. Got a headshot onto him. That is unbelievable. Madness over the lawn, and it works out for G2 Esports somehow, some way. The beauty of having 6 rounds on your board on the T side as well is that you're playing on the slacker side. T side is deemed to be a slacker one, that's for sure. Ampa's taking a bit of a damage as he escapes through the molly. But looks like that's totally fine. 66 point of damage left on his side. He's got no armor as well. Either way, position to the A-bomb side. He's got to leave the task to the 3 more members on ninjas on the B-bomb side. Nico prevents one from showing aggression. He's been punished. Plopsky out of the game already. And here are 2 more, so they are equally split. No gamble for NIP this time around. Just a pure split across the entire map. Only now Hampus will be sent to the B-bomb site to try and invigorate that side of the map specifically. G2 Esports have not yet pulled off their pedal to the B. And the man they've lost has just been offset by 1 more. Getting in line. That is Hampus. As I've mentioned, scout and play can be very dangerous. Deal damage and let the rest get even more for the players of the B-bomb side. That can play a very big joke for G2 rather. They're still making something good. LNZ presence available right there, and it's only Nexa left alone. Wow, what a round out of ninjas. I thought that couldn't be theirs whatsoever. It was a pure defeat. It was a very good start for G2. The buy not looking good, and then Hampus, as I've mentioned, just putting that scout into play, clustering them both with the perforating shot, and then onto the 3rd one as well. Threat will be more than hyped up after that, but there are still a couple of challenges in play, in store, that have to be tackled by NIP. Jax yet again. This time around, it is him taking a lot of damage. It used to be Nico. Just the previous, just the round before the previous. Up close and personal. Double man stack right there. That's gonna be forced back by Jax. Nice flashbang to prevent being taken down. If you take a look at the economy of Ninjas of Pajamas, that's definitely not looking good. They need to accelerate the pace. They need to accelerate their money flow. I don't know, whatever you want to call it, but they've got to be paid more. They've got to preserve more money to be way more comfortable in the next couple of rounds, because right now NIP are playing on the verge of economy means. G2 are either, but still they're having a 5-round lead, which is something backing them up so huge. Flashbang coming just a little bit too far behind their backs, and Raz will be taken down for exactly that reason. No combat, no prevention, no aversion, nothing like that. Hunter, he has not spotted Plopsky on top of the barrels, and here he strikes with only 1 frag. LNZ staying good on the B-bomb side, but he's been caught looking at the ground. He does not realize he is too exposed for the shots. I wonder, did he catch a log right there? Because it looked like he stopped for the moment. Got stuck somewhere, and well, right now it's definitely looking good for G2 Esports. 3 against 1. Hampus has been spotted, and that's an easy shot for Nexa to connect. Just 1 bullet through, and he's already dead. So 7-1. They are extending their lead by 1 more round. That is huge. A huge offensive by G2 Esports that is seeing no end. No prevention by NIP. They've picked out 1 round, but unfortunately they are not able to pay off the second. Such a mental drop for them. G2 Esports are rocking them all. Do they have a solution in that kind of a situation? That is still a question to answer. And we will probably see that... Okay, maybe in this round as well, because they are going for a very ballsy buy. They are emptying all of their bank accounts, all of their money for the full buy. That is a double upset of 4S and devices. The first time they are trying to go for that kind of a setup on Inferno. I think they used to have this sort of play on Nuke, where they dropped an AWP over to Raz and Device. So both of them were playing with this big ring weapon. And right now, we are seeing something similar. So Devices on B and Rise with an AWP onto lawn. Yeah. A good solution if you are not working good with the rifle on lawn. We saw Raz getting taken down over and over again on that side of the map specifically. So maybe right now an AWP will be a thing to catch G2 Esports off guard. And Device certainly catching Nexa off guard with an AWP in play. Raz does the same. Double frag in short, and this round looks to be wrapped up already. G2 Esports, I'm not sure they are able to clutch it out somehow, some way. Jax is purely alone against 5 on the board, and Raz connects that shot to close out the list. Nicely done. Ninjas find momentum. They've just twisted their setup. And this is something that I personally think definitely flabbergasted G2 Esports. They couldn't think of something like that happening. They thought, well, of course, they've been trying the same sort of scenario, the same sort of tactic over and over again, and they don't have any reason to change that, right? If that works out, very nice. Why you should change that? So they were hoping Ninjas did exactly the same, and they would do the same as well. But unfortunately, that wasn't the case. Ninja Pajamas completely twisted their set piece. And they are, again, sticking around the same as we saw in the previous round. So instead, we are only seeing Raz on the other side of the A site, just on short. And he's about to be taken down. Amanek pushes him down. Jax as well, plus Hunter, making it all 3. Plopsky has been cut off with the smoke. He's trying to connect some spray down, but unfortunately, it is not there. Ninja Pajamas, if you are a professional team, if you are a level-headed squad, you've got to go for the save in that kind of a situation. There is no way you can unlock... There's no way you can get the keys, the necessary keys that will fit to the A-bomb site. It is just impossible, so better back off and increase the chances of winning out the consecutive rounds. That's gonna hit in just a couple of moments. So 7-2 will be 8-2 after the bomb explosion, and G2 Esports are on the hunt. Amanek has been craved to take those players down a couple of times already. Unfortunately, this time around, just too far away from making it done. Yeah, Rez, once he whiffs the shot, he does not have enough room to escape. It is just impossible with Amanek rushing straight through from behind. There was an absolute zero cover provided for Raz from the back, so that was impossible. And now, with the money being the lacking department for NIP, they've got to go for no double up setup this time around. Only Device is the main sniper rifler. For now, we see him as the sole member on the B-bomb side with an AWP. G2 Esports supposedly know the control of the B-bomb side is theirs. Is Ninjas, to be more exact. But they still decide to rise straight down the A-bomb side. Hampa's position is not spotted out just yet, but it will be by Jax. Unfortunately, he's just a couple of bullets away from taking down LNZ and make it a one-on-one. So LNZ pushes Ninja Pajamas into the third round of this map. It is not a lot, but better than nothing. And do you see some similar picture drawing out on Inferno as well, just as we saw on Nuke? Is it the curse of G2? Please don't tell me, because well, they are doing a very good job on the first half, but unfortunately, once the second half kicks in, they throw it For some reason, somehow, some way, but it happens. Not all the time, but we saw that on Nuke, and this is a reminder for them. This is why they are taking a tactical pause, and they don't want it to happen. I think on Nuke, they were taking a tactical pause just a little bit too late. That was almost the last round of the half, and this was the only moment they took out the tactical pause. I can be wrong, but the thing they are taking a tactical pause right now after letting Ninja Pajamas pick up 3 rounds is a very nice decision to make, especially when they are having 3 more in their bag after taking this one. Raz with early aggression down the middle. Device as well. Just up close, he will be burned down to 68 HP. Not so bad. Still good to be comfortable enough with an AWP. Eventually repositions himself over to the B-bomb side, I believe. Okay, rather or not. Groups up with Res to double up their chances of winning a duel onto the middle. But G2 Sports are not there just yet. They are currently making some noise over the B-bomb side. It looks like finally will channel themselves back to the A-bomb side. So, changing their mind. Utility deployed. That's a very deep smoke. Raz will be waiting for the presence right there. Jack spots it out, but Raz is way quicker. Device as well, but then AWP rings that in, and the smoke being in presence for Raz to extinguish that molly gives a lot of fruits for ninjas in this round. They give really no chance for G2 Esports to come back, but maybe that could have started off really well from Nexus kill, but unfortunately that's not the case. So 2 more frags for NIP, and that will make the 4th round a possibility. Great job. Imagine he took down his teammate. That could have gone awry. That could have definitely gone awry for NIP. They've experienced quite a lot of losses throughout this game to give out chances for G2 to roll back. Really, it was a 4 versus 3 when Device burned out on the boost, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and of course, if you were NIP, you do know the mistakes that were done previously, and you don't want them to repeat anywhere in further events of this game. So, G2 are slowly but surely incrementally approaching the B-bomb site. The nade deployed, meaning nobody's from NIP squad is up here, so they are playing a low-range angle, a low-range defense. Alan's up on top of the coffins. Nice haul by him. He's doing a very good job. Unfortunately, Hunter takes Alan Zed down with a deagle, but this shouldn't be a world of trouble for NIP to close it out. So 8-5. Way better for NIP. Way better than it could have been. G2 Esports right now, they would love to have 10 rounds already locked in. They wouldn't like it to be 8-7 or something like that, because NIP is, well, they definitely proved they are not an opponent to be trifled with. They showed exactly that on Nuke. Their capabilities of making a comeback, they are in presence. Device PRing himself, but then able to be over the middle. He knows that G2 Sports have supposedly don't have any cash for an AWP setup, so nobody from G2 Sports are likely to play with that big brain. So Device takes that risk, and unfortunately sees nobody right there, but that was a very wise move from him to try and open the middle position with an AWP. This is how the well-read economy is from NIP onto G2's. Hunter making a lot of noise on the A-bomb side. He's very nice at alluring them into thinking that's going to be an A attack. So this means 3 players stick around that side of the map. and instead only 2 on B. So the first man drops and Jax immediately to plant the bomb down behind the coffins. Post plan scenario in short. We were having an overlay of how defense players are currently set up over on the B-bomb side. Hampus is quite late to the party. He's only halfway through. He's only now will be reaching banana position. Hunter is not looking that way right now, so he's gonna be hurrying up a little bit. Oh, spray down through the smoke, does not connect, and Rest coming in through. Defuse kits are also available for the defuse, so 6 rounds for NIP will be available. It will be on the cards. A very nice offensive attempt by G2 Esports. They were having a very good read on how NIP are set up. They were trying to... They know that the B-bomb side is totally clear. The banana control is somewhat NIP's. And more likely, there are 3 players on the A-bomb side. So they throw Hunter in to make some noise over there. Try to make them thinking that that's going to be an A attack eventually. But at the end of the day, they instantly rush straight to the B-bomb side. A very nice attempt indeed. But unfortunately, not good for the conversion. So NIP find their 6th. And again, G2 are stuck in exactly the same position we saw them on Nuke. Which means it is not a very big difference, a very big gap they would love to create at the end of the first half. I would love to see them. They would love to see themselves 10-5. But definitely not 8-7. Okay. Ninja's pajamas are not done yet. They want this map. They want this series. They want to still be alive in this tournament. They don't want to be the losers. They don't want to be sent home packing. Smoke to the boiler. Peek onto the second mid. But Hunter, wow, reacts quick enough to position his crosshair right onto Rez's head. And he will be beheaded because of that. Hunter is very quick. He's ferocious with those aiming skills. Double pick into the palace area. Device will be dropped down at a single frag. Although he was quite close. But still, that will be his death. So, Amanek with 1 frag and Hunter as well. They've opened a lot for the business for the 9th round in this half as well. As the last round of this half, they want to make sure it is theirs. So, 2 frags in short, and they just need to make a decision where they're going to go. Some fake utility over the A-bomb side. Hunter making his way, and 3 players of Ninjas are on A, so they are making a gamble. 1 man drops. Another pack of players standing behind the wall smokes. That is Plopsky and Alan Zab, but still G2 are going the wrong way. They are going to the A-bomb site, although they are sure enough this is going to be their round. Plopsky throws out a molly. Imagine this works against them. My lord, 9 seconds, only 7. They're gonna take him down. Oh my god, that could have been an absolute massacre, calamity for G2 Esports. They had their nerves tickled. I can definitely say that. Okay, this round goes the way of G2 and pretty close half, all things considered. So we're gonna see how the second pads out, but after a short break.
pas, bro.
No, it's first time
Il ne
playing
sait
it,
pas.
bro. What? It's first time, bro.
Okay.
You know the map, what? You tried it before, what?
Let's go fit. Salut!
What the fuck? Bro?
Oh.
Oh, I just saw your head on the surf, bro.
Oh, it's over. A good game, huh? Yeah.
Oh,
My
I'll...
headshot percentage 100, guys. Thank you. Good luck, good luck.
Good luck.
History in the making, ladies and gentlemen. Copenhagen, let me hear you. Are you guys here? Are you ready to watch some Counter-Strike? They're right in front, defusing the bomb. The smoke. Oh! 3 taking 2 and falling back. What a match between these teams. You are kidding me.
It's loud. It's insane.
Nobby finish like this. I can feel that vibration through the walls, through the floor, through my heart to the core. G2 in control of that first half. Or were they?
Well, a good performance from both the teams on the first half. In the last couple of moments, NIP really managed to latch on to a couple of rounds victories despite G2's phenomenal streak of rounds picked up throughout the first half. Phenomenal performance by them on the T side. Now we switch the ties, we switch the sides, and get back into the game. G2 Esports on the city versus NIP on the T. Hunter from below. Boiler works out very well. He's got a CZ75. Oh, a bit of a gap, but I don't think LNZ spotted him out crossing. So another attempt to deliver a frag with the CZ75 works out, making Nico's USPS coming from the back very successful. Another frag from Hunter, easy as that. News of Jamma stand an absolute 0 chance for the round conversion. This one, it is pistol round yet again going G2's way. 2 in a row. I don't think Hampus will be able to get something going. With 34 HP, yep, he's done 2 frags already, but 3 more on the account. It is a very tall task. He's got a bomb in his hands, but he doesn't have any information on where G2 players are. So if he was the prophet, he could have just run straight into the B-bomb stand and planted the bomb down at the very least. But no. Instead, he's gonna go straight into the middle. He's been already revealed. His intentions are known by Nexa. He spots out one only, but he's gonna rethink and get back to the B-bomb side instead. That will be held from a low range by Jax. Pretty nice angle, but he's got a pretty high chance of whiffing those shots, which is not going to be the case. He gets it. Okay, that was a very sloppy one, but he still gets it. That was a very nice find by Hunter. Even getting a headshot in reverse, he's still getting 2 more frags in this round. That is huge by him. And G2 Esports, they know Ninjas didn't get any bomb plants, so more likely a very bad buy for them. Not even any SMGs or something like that. No AK as well. But that's going to be a full force buy. So another risk taken by Ninjas. They can potentially gift G2 12th round in this in this contention. This can be the case for sure. If they lose this force buy, they've got to go for the eco rounds and more likely the 12th round in place for G2. They are already jumping straight forward into the banana position that is owned by them. The smoke dissipates. Nexa does have another one behind his back to refresh it. So once he's spotted a couple of buddies out there, he will do exactly that. Okay. Doesn't make it up close. Instead, goes back to the B-bomb side deeply enough to feel secure. Throws out a smoke from that angle. Ninjas of Pajamas are trying to invent something with a fast boost over the city spawn. LNZ drops Nico, but this shouldn't be a big problem for them to tackle this pack. The bomb is lost in the middle of nowhere, and Hampus, the only man alive to try and dictate the opposite. He's gonna jump straight through, but unfortunately met by Nexa. Okie dokie. Now the economy of ninjas will be lackluster. There is no doubt about that. They've lost all of their money by spending them onto a force buy. Right now, I don't think they want to do exactly the same. I think they have to go for an eco round and nothing more. If they want to be alive in this conversation, they definitely need good money, a solid amount of money to work with. 3 nades for them. Maybe that's going to be going all into the B-bomb side, onto the car area, but unfortunately no damage connects. Nobody from G2 Esports showing aggression out there. Hunter instead taking his own initiative and getting into the middle. Frag and short, one more, farming some cash. Plopsky down to 76 HP. Only one deagle from Hampus that can potentially derail their plans. But even that is too far from being a reality. Ninjas of Pajamas, they can make an artificial reality. They can imagine that. But that is not for real. G2 Esports, they are about to pick up the 12th round. There is no doubt about that. They've been flashed off. That is a terrible attempt for them to get their feet into the B-bomb side. And this is soon to be shattered. Nico on top of the coffins. Gets one more. Easy as that. 12th round for G2 Esports, making the entire score line split. So Ninjas will have to pick up 6 rounds in a row to tie up the score line, and that is not a very easy task.
Nico stares in the faces of the best players in the world every day, but he always makes sure that he's aiming before he shoots. And I think
If they want to do so, they have to crank up their performance. Well, never underestimate their chances. Of course, anything can happen, but I still believe G2 Esports, they've polished their mistakes on Nuke, and I'm pretty sure they will be playing more careful. Next, behind the sandboxes is gonna wait for somebody to show their presence, and that will be an instant pop flash by Nico, who is standing on coffins. Okay, even a smoke. And a molly. So nicely positioned. And there can be another flashbang as well. But unfortunately, Nexa has been caught off by Hampus, who gets very aggressive with an AK-47. Oh, Res fully blinded and gets a frag with a Hunter. Still doubles it up. Mid is completely wide open. Nico falls. And that is another piece of damage connected onto Amanek, excuse me. He will be more likely deployed by the nade. And yes, indeed, the 7th round for NIP. Good start. Good start to break the economy of G2. And also gain some early momentum. Well, you could say even late momentum, because obviously G2 Sports are only 4 rounds away from picking up this map and the entire series. So you've got to be very careful about that. Keep your head on a swivel. Ninjas. What about their buy? Looking good. G2 Sports a little bit lackluster, but the native LPs will be present. Amanek playing with that sniper rifle on a zone. Tries to spot somebody out towards middle. Ninjas of Pajamas are opting for a very passive playstyle. They are leaving the bomb somewhere behind on the T-spawn and scouting forward for some early information, but none of that has been collected. And they deployed over the coffins. Will chip down next to 46 HP, excuse me. That is a double frag for G2. fully blind, and Amanek pulls off the trigger in time to connect that shot. Ninjas of Pajamas got so unlucky. They did everything perfect, but Nico plus Amanek. I'm not sure whether Nico is fully blind, but Amanek for sure, and he still got the frag. Just under his crosshair, they went, and that just ended up being a total massacre. The bomb, again, lies in exactly the same position as it used to be in the beginning of the round. Whereas he's going to collect it and finally make a decision where they want to go. I don't think there was any real necessity to save their weapons because they have quite enough cash to rebuy in the next round. So they've got to give it a try. More likely Hampus will be going down in this contention. There is Nico boosted on top. He will be sprayed down. Back turned. Hampus stands no chance in this round. 15 seconds remaining. And in the Pajamas, there is no way they can win out the round. Nor plant down the bomb, but they actually have it. They are actually going for it. This will be denied by Nico. Not yet. Alan Zet against 3. Okay. I still don't think that's even close to being considered, so he will be dropped. 13th round for G2 Esports, but it's still good that they got the bomb down. Very good. Bomb down, also 2 frags off of nothing, basically. Really nice ending for NIP, no matter what.
Now, generally, the atmosphere is going to be dampened for NIP. Hope was alive off that last round, and now that hope might have been sucked back out of the room. It's a grim reminder to the slow start of the first half. You can bounce back from a slow start, but 2 slow starts, back-to-back halves, it's going to catch up to you. That puts you in a pressure cooker. Unless you're Liquid versus SK.
Plopsky. Quite a fast pick towards the B-bomb side. He tries to catch somebody off guard, but it does not pay off. Next is ready for that as he was crossing back to the coffin position. They double up on the triple. 4 against 5, and Ninjas are having nobody over the A-bomb side. Instead, they're going to go straight to the B-bomb side altogether. But this smoke will prevent their intentions just a little bit. You can see Jax wrapping around for in the middle. He knows nobody's considering, and he's about to catch them off guard. Okay, gets a second too late, but he's going to shine nonetheless. He gets every bit closer. Nico just has to stay alive a little bit. Hunter, to cause some disruption, is going to be planted down behind the fountain. He spots him out, gets the spray down, connects it. Hunter as well. Along with Jax getting the frag. Device from the city spawning gets the frag and another! Oh my god! What a clutch by Device! The legend himself steps up with a phenomenal play against 3 players alive from G2. Are you serious? Are you freaking serious about that? I have no other words for that. Alan Zat, man, this is the biggest hype you've ever had for sure. Device, the god of CS, how does he do that? There's merely no way you can yank out a round like that from G2. They had a perfect retake, G2, just coming in from behind, Hunter getting a frag onto the penultimate player, and then once the smoke dissipates, Device just connects all of the bullets he needs. That is perfectly set. That doesn't take any second to readjust his crosshair onto a single player. That is perfectly nice. They simply line up. 2 players line up for him, and then the third just takes a bit of a movement to locate his crosshair and pull off the trigger. That is a brilliant play by Device. That's going to be something I will never forget in this tournament, for sure. One of the highlights that will stick around my memory for some time. And a bad stick around your memory as well. Oh, Lord. How does he solidify the round like that? G2 Esports are playing with a very bad buy. That's Slack on all terms. Covered up by the smoke. Jax will be going down by LNZ spray down through the wall. Anchor will be given a possibility to walk himself out of the smoke, but that will be met by Hampus, anticipated. And Ninjas in Pajamas find the 9th round. If this costs G2 an easy game, if this costs them the entire map and the entire series, I mean, that is an easy argument to go and cry into your pillow, to cry out your balls and just question yourself over and over again. How has it happened? We had all of the rise to pick up that kind of round, that round specifically, the previous. Unbelievably huge. He tries to pick up some weapon line on the floor, but instead he goes down. Quite a tedious round by NIP, just cleaning them all up, leaving no other choice but drop down at the end of Explosion. So another eco round for G2 Esports. They have not reached enough cash on their bank accounts to make a solid buy against NIP, and they gotta go for the stack of the B-bomb side. So only one player on A, that's Jax, is positioned up close with only USPS. Flashbang deployed, they were all blind, but only temporary. That is not good enough for the frags. Only one connected. Jax picks up one of his own. The bomb is yet to be gathered. 3 on 2. Despite it's a very good position for NIP, I still don't want to get too far off of that. There are always some chances that runs like that can come through. But with Jax rolling himself back to the A-bomb side, excuse me, saving his weapon, it is already obvious that none of that will be seen. So Ninjas Pajamas, easy bomb plant, easy round, the 10th. They'll reach double digits just as G2 did a couple of rounds ago already. They did it so far ago, really. Just already. They are heading around 12 score line, and now just recently picked up the 13th against NIP. And yeah, just 3 rounds separating them from picking up this map in the entire series. And that feels terrible. That feels definitely so harsh for your heart, for your entire mental state, to have this 3 rounds away from mounting this victory. But it is so close, but at the same time it is so far away. When you see your opponents coming out victorious, reaching success over and over again in the situations like that, that feels terrible. NIP, just as we saw in Nuke, they yet again flaunt what they are capable of. Just showing every bit of their hidden power, of their secret weaponry they've saved for the rest of this game. That is huge. Huge to see that kind of performance by them. Oh, device spots a bit of a shoulder, but unfortunately does not pull off the trigger. That could have been a damage connected at least. But instead, damage onto Plopsky and nothing else. Nico plus Amanek, flashbang will be deployed and they're gonna come through, try to deny the presence right there. Plopsky down. And Molly deployed as well to prevent device from making a shot back. And there you have it. 5 against 4 G2 Sports. That's exactly what they need. Open the first death onto the B position, onto the banana position, and then sail into the rest of this round in a way easier fashion. So make Ninjas in Pajamas play up against 5 and have their chances downgraded to win now this round. Still not that detrimental as you could think. 4 versus 5 is not a 2 versus 5. So, and if you remember, G2 were able to pick up a 2 versus 5 on Nuke at some point, so don't you dare count that possibility out. Jack, so let's LNZ come through with Raz, but unfortunately a lot of flashbangs that are being abundant. Just leaving no chances right there. Hampus will be sprayed down, and that is an easy 14th round for G2 Esports. Finally, they pick up their round, and finally they dwindle the gap down to only 2 rounds remaining. Plopsky, he turned around for the anti-flash setup. He turned around for the anti-flash setup and still got caught off guard by Nico and Amanek, so a very nice setup by them indeed. Not scared, not terrified by Ninja's momentum in the past couple of rounds, but no, just revert it. Just say, guys, we are all fed up. Let's finish this game as quick as possible. Otherwise, Nico will go ferocious, perhaps. He will break his PC. You can forecast that. Okay, flashbangs are not there, but Nexa peeks out of the wood, gets the frag with Nico. A very nice compilation of frags right there. Bomb as well on no man's land. Raz will be fallen, and that is only LNZ, the poor man alive. On the T-spawn, he's got to save his AK-47, perhaps. But even that is going to be quite an uneasy task.
They almost had it on all 3. You're right. Oh my god.
Ninjas just got completely insulated. They didn't expect that kind of a play from G2 Esports. But this yields them. This yields G2 by a very huge margin, right? Again, this is another round where they changed their pace dramatically. We saw them being a little bit dormant in the beginning of the rounds and then getting a little bit more activated. But this time around, they got faster, at a faster pace, which Ninjas practically were not prepared for. So, yeah. Good job by Ninjas, good job by G2 Esports to pick up the 15th round. They already reach the overtime, and the overtime point. And just 1 round away from averting any overtimes, from forgetting any additional time, additional rounds. Just lock this game and go away. Just send NIP packing. Forget about this and go rest a little bit. Ease off the pressure. Put off some sweat from your forehead, because you've played quite a lot. You've played quite a lot. I mean, Nuke was a very close game. Dust 2 a little bit easier for G2 because there was a 16-11 score line. And yeah. This is what we are seeing right now. It's all come down to the decider. That is looking very good for G2. 5 rounds in the bag. 5 rounds in the bag. That's going to be necessary for Ninjas in Pajamas to pick up in a row and make the overtime possible. They're having a very slight buy. A very slight buy indeed. Only an AK-47 is a very big weapon that can pay it off. Can pay off their buy somehow, some way. That's been saved by LNZ. Res with the Deagle has something to say over on short. Okie dokie, not yet counted out of the conversation. If Hampus gets another round, gets another one, that could be it. But no, he goes down in that contention. And okay, the bomb has been planted down. The process of post-plan has just been begun. Smoke towards banana position to cover off some presence right there. Plopsky connects the spray down with the MAC-10. They are still holding out of the line. Hanchor tries to connect a spray down to 1 more, and it's Nico against 4. How is this round going against them? Okay, let's try to dissect it. It all started with the frag by Raz over the short. Hampus with a very nice attempt onto short as well from Boiler. Unfortunately, got dropped down. In the meantime, Ninjas got so quick to take their feet under the B-bomb side and plant the bomb down. That is basically the only thing that saved them. Having the bomb planted a couple of angles covered with the smokes is a very nice position to be in if you are in a disadvantageous spot. Better than trying to cave your way out of some terrible meltdown and try to plant the bomb down on B. Just easy access to B grants them quite an easy round. Jax picks into a double man pick over the apps. Amanek with an AWP has been caught as well. Res with 3 frags in this round. He's doing everything on his lonesome, and this one is up to 22 frags going off. Nobody from LNZ can brag about that sort of performance except for Hampus, perhaps, because he's on 19 frags. Also, the only member with positive statistics. The rest of NIP just a little bit underperforming. And there we have it. 12 rounds for them, and they are not done yet. They don't want to give up. They don't want to give in whatsoever. This is a very harsh comeback mentally because they are on the verge. But for G2 Esports, the fact they are not being able to pick up 1 round only, that is also a very, very tough position to be in. So, a quick time allocated for them to talk things through and decide what can be done. What can be done to close out the final round of this half. It is their penultimate tactical pause taken during this game.
Just the way you like it. Action-packed, full of mystery, just a little romance.
So, full equal round. Only a Deagle to try to make some difference for G2 Esports. Ninja Pajamas all good and well equipped with the weapons they need for the job. So 13th round is definitely on the line. It is more than on the line. I mean, there's just zero what G2 Esports can do to try and come back and close this game out in this round specifically. Yeah, if Ninjas get into the trap, if they get into the A-bomb site with 4 players out there, if they don't figure this out, then it can go a little bit awry. But of course, I don't think that's gonna happen. Otherwise, Ninjas will definitely cry their balls out after that sort of defeat. Okay, they are incrementally running to the A-bomb side from lawn. I think G2 Sports have just got to lurk behind their wall, behind their positions. Jax takes off 1 with the Deagle Res coming in as well. And yeah, the A-bomb side is mopped up. No casualties for Ninja's Pajamas, only 1 man lost in the process, and that's it. G2 Sports are countered off with their stack somewhat presented on the A-bomb side. Nicely done by NIP, really getting very meticulous about all the positions, clearing them all out, leaving none of them undiscovered, uncharted, just taping them with the check signs. Just, you know, we've checked this position, that's it. It's all done. We know it's totally clear. Oh, great boost by Amanek, but unfortunately that is not working out. He saw just a tips of Hampus, I believe. Was it Hampus or Lopsky? Okay, doesn't matter. Hunter in the similar position. That used to be Jax, actually, but this time around they are holding a pretty nice spot altogether, but that will be spray down for Plopsky to shut down Jax. Okie dokie, another conversation on the line. Jax plus Hunter, they are both dropped down on G2 Esports. This is not yet the last round of the half, but the question persists. Do they want to go for the retake because their economy is so damn bruised? Or rather try to retake it? No, it's not going to be the case. They're going to go back. Nico catches device of guards, collects an AK-47, a better weapon then an F4A4, and yes, 14th round for NIP. How have they done to come back? 4 rounds in the row, and this is the last test they need to undergo. The last test they need to complete. Ninjas are having enough money, plenty of that, to try and bust these weapons out. Hampa's going the wrong way. He's going to the T-spawn instead, but nobody's up there to his woe. So Plopsky is the only man closest to some clash, but even that will not be seen right there. So the last round remaining, ladies and gentlemen. It is all about something or nothing for NIP. Ninjas just 1 round away. LNZ, he dropped his teammate. I just spotted it out. Yeah, it was quite hard to not drop his teammate in that kind of a situation. So, the pressure going high.
Still lots of nades. And I don't even have to talk about the talent. An exchange of utility all across the map. Nothing being
Ninja Pajamas got stressed a couple of times before they caught up their streak. Right now, it is G2's turn to experience exactly that feeling when you are being shut down, when you are being overrun by your enemy over and over again. This is exactly the case what they are seeing right now. So 5 versus 5. The round has just been started. 13th. 2 Famouses. An M4A4 and an AK-47. AWP for Amnic. Diversity of weapons for G2 Esports. Instead, there is only similarity. There is only the same for NIP. All 5 AKs across the board. Amnic is going to come out on top with an AWP. Gets 1 frag. Oh my god, that should have been the second as well. But it somehow whiffs. A terrible reality of CS. How has it missed that shot? That could have been even better for G2. But still a 4-on-4. The bomb has been planted down there. Having a few skits on 3 players. Maybe Amnic had them as well. So that should be enough. Molly to clear out the dark area. That's already known. Nobody's up there. Nexa coming in with a double peek with his teammate. LNZ goes down. Perez up close. Catches Nexa off guard. My god. 2 men away for both of the teams to make this game worth overtime. Here we go. 15-15. How have they done it? How have they freaking done it? This is the game on our hands. 15-15. You can see a bit of a replay right here. Raz just catching them off. 2 players in a row. Nice spray transfer. And he buries them all into the ground. 15th round. This game is not over just yet. Ladies and gentlemen, we are off for a bit more action. Whew. Okay, straight into overtime we go. Straight into that department. That feels terrible for G2 Sports, but definitely satisfying for NIP. They've done a lot to make it possible, to make it feasible, so to speak, right now. They continue on the T side. Ninjas talking about G2 Sports. City will be their side to stick to for 3 rounds of this overtime. Ninja Pajamas are all in quite close proximity as they are flocking around the same spot towards the A-bomb side. 2 in the middle, 3 in the apps. Nico waits for some presence, for some sound cues to throw out that nay. Oh, that's going to shift them down a lot. A very good beginning. He's priced them all down through the smoke as well. Jack's in the pit. 1 more from the mini to follow it up. Hunter gets his prey down with a AUG, and this will be all 5 members falling into pieces for NIP. They find no impact in this round, and G2 Esports with their first overtime round picked up.
They're going to be upset to lose this. G2 will still have to prove themselves again on the T side. But it is full focus for both squads. Perfect play from Nico, timing that grenade to perfection, setting himself up to find that spam down.
Medic with it up. Ninja's pajamas are not ready for that kind of a setup, but there is one more threat behind the sandboxes, and it has not been revealed just yet. Amanek still takes a lot of damage. Okay, the Molly has been extinguished, so that's been prevented. He's still alive. 3 against 5, and that is all heavily favoring G2 Esports in this contention. Raz is having 30 kills. Lord, this man is on a roll right now, but unfortunately, these past 2 rounds in overtime, they are just not gluing together for NIP. They are left strolling with only 3 players remaining. They are currently towards the A-bomb side. But the question remains the same. Can they bust these 5 players out? 3 to be more precise on the A-bomb side. And 2 more on the B. And they've got to take Nico down. Okay, he's been given a bit of a moment, a temporary window of possibility to pass by this angle. Realizes nobody's up there, spots one more towards the balcony position, but Hunter is way better. Plus Jax, they are delivering those frags, and 2 rounds in a row for G2.
Huge start, but not as huge as this. There was a dud molly halfway up banana. It didn't hit the ground. And that's what allowed for Hampus to go for the challenge.
Hell, was Jax on the balcony and Hunter from the graveyard. Fully blind, and he connects a double spray down.
Early. Stark contrast already from regulation with the tempo at which NIP are approaching. It's just a sign that they were already, out of the game plan, and that's not to say they didn't have enough. When you get to overtime, you've already let it all out. You put it all on the table. You have to still come up with ways to reinvent yourself. Just because it worked in the past doesn't mean it's going to work in the future. But
Device had a Mac 10 for the moment, but it looked like they decided they have enough money. And you're not playing against pistols or force by an IP. You're playing against a fully equipped, burly guys with AKs, M4s, and an AWP also in play. So Mac 10 is not a very good weapon for the job. So decision by Device to go for the AK-47 instead is all understood. Amaneko completely flashed off. That's been lasting for 4 seconds. Also, full time effect of flashbang has been caught by Amanek in that position, but it looks like 4 more heroes from G2 Esports are already enough for the retake to be on the cards. Nico, he sees Plopsky leaning out of the corner just a little bit, and he capitalizes on that frag. Nicely done. Results in a very nice pot for G2 Esports. Hunter coming in from London gets 1 more and another. Here they fall. So 3 rounds in a row for G2 Esports. And we saw similar. We saw a 5-round gap. 5 match points for G2 Esports, and still NIP could prove it back. But right now, is it really possible for NIP to pick up 3 rounds in a row and turn the cards? I don't think so. I don't think NIP are having enough stamina in their bags to go for that sort of a comeback. G2 Esports, they definitely need to deepen their teeth into this map and finally close it out, stamp on it. Say no to any attempts from NIP to clutch it, to crouch it back. The economy has been reset, so both of the teams are having leveled buys. 3 men towards A. Amanek is yet to debunk what's up there. Molly in front will put them back for a couple of seconds. Nico in the meantime making his way through the archway. Okay, LNZ knows that, and he's good enough for the frag, so a couple of more will be connected by Device. That constitutes 3 on 5, but not for too long, as Jax gets a refrag of his own. Hunter positions himself ever a bit closer, but there's a man by the name of Hampus coming in from behind, gets one frag, but Jax trades it. He still gets it, considering the fact that he had only 9 HP, he's still alive. That is absurd. But still, you know, with that frag, I don't think he has any rights to get into the A-bomb side. So with access like that, okay, gets the frag of the res and maybe a chance. Maybe some chance, aware of the potential rep up from Ninja Pajamas, but he's just one bullet away from being taken down. He's gonna make it flawless. Really flawless. He goes for the bomb plant, fakes it out. And MP throwing out the utility, and he's gonna go turn around in a very bad timing. So this costs his life and make it an easy round for NIP. Well. Wow. Jax is crazy, man. Just crazy, man. This guy, his mobility, his movement skills are driving me crazy. I remember the moment very vividly from Nuke. I don't remember who was the opponent, but not against NIP. Against somebody during the last tournament, during the Blast tournament. Not this Blast tournament, but some previous Blast tournament was, where he transferred his spray down in the A side of Nuke. That was something absolutely insane, just hard to bear in mind. Yeah, but he's known for that. He has not lost that sort of skills. That is still present for him. Okay, 18 to 16. Just one round away, as I've been mentioning a couple of times. Still, Raz connects double main spray down under the balcony. And next up, plus Nico, all 2 members left. The bomb will be planted down, at least something to work with. But Ninjas in Pajamas are yet to approach the 17th round. They just need to get these 2 remaining players down. And 4 of them have a defuse kit, so this shouldn't be a big problem about the time factor. Nico lurking himself deep in the apps area. The molly deployed to force next out of his position. He's got a molly as well to position under the bump. He's gonna go out right now, unless he wants to lose his moment. And there is a smoke, unfortunately. That is not good. Nico tries to come out on top, but there are too many targets to hit, and Ninjas with the 17th round on the board. How are they doing that? How? Can anybody tell me? That is unbelievable. They keep posing that sort of a play, that sort of a comeback over and over again. Really, they don't want to release this map. They don't want to release this map by any means. They want to take it out just as G2 Esports do. And this is exactly the testament of how these teams, especially NIP, I mean, obviously G2 Esports are initially favored in this matchup, They were having a very solid chance to close out Nuke and come out on top, come out victorious with a 2-0 fashion. But Ninjas in Pajamas, wow. I'm really impressed by their performance, but their resilience, by their individual skills that they are posing in this round. This is really good and worth taking into consideration, worth a huge value. Rad's behind the wall. He gets frag. Not that good, but not so good either. Alanzad gets one of his own as well. Device in the site has been cut off from 2 of the members, and that is only Plopsky against 3. Is it the case? Are these 2 rounds worth no second overtime for Ninjas in Pajamas? Plopsky is the only man remaining. The moment he's gonna be spotted, the member from pit will peek out, so he cannot cross by. At least he has a smoke, he has a molly to throw out, clear out a couple of positions. That's gonna burn Nico down to 86 HP, but it's still not gonna be enough for the round conversion. So 19 to 17, good attempt by NIP, but unfortunately G2 Esports are the ones. Their names will be next in the bracket, and Hira just some celebration moments by them. A very head-to-head play by both of these teams. Dust 2, okay, the peak of NIP, quite anticipated that G2 Esports could perform a very nice play on Dust 2 and make it their way. They did it, 16-11. Now, Nuke as well was a very well led map by G2 Esports. Unfortunately got snatched out by Ninjas Pajamas and made us go to the Decider. And this one, Decider, showed us that Ninjas is a team with a lot of potential that can work, continue doing that, and really showing some great results in the future perspective. Okay, we're gonna throw this match to the dissection desk so that we could get the total picture of what just happened on Inferno and on the rest maps played out in the series. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's all over to you.